You bear the mark. You are cursed. You must place your hand upon the stone.
Yo, here we are! God, I have not played this map in so long. It's been, I think, like 6 months since I've last played, and that is 6 months too long. Welcome back to Shadows of Evil, guys. As you can tell by the title of the video, Shadows of Evil, as of the day you're watching this, assuming you're watching the day it goes out, is now 3,000 days old. That is kind of insane. It does not feel a day old. Let's pick up the fumigator and the summoning key, and let's get to work here. And by get to work, I mean we are going to be going for a high round, sort of, kind of, depending on your definition of a high round. So even though I've been playing Shadows of Evil for all 3,000 days it's been available, there are a few things in this map that I have never done before. The first is that I've never done the Easter egg before, because I haven't done any of the pre-Cold War Easter eggs, because I just don't enjoy that kind of gameplay. But the second thing I've never done is gone for a high round. Specifically, I've never gone for a high round at the Waterfront District. Hello, Wormy. And if you guys don't know, the way you go for a high round in a Waterfront District is by keeping this door here closed, which is just a really unnatural way to play the game, in my opinion. So what I've always done is train either at the Ruby Rabbit itself or at the perk machine just next to it. I held that grenade for too long. So as I was saying, I haven't done that because it's kind of an unnatural way to play the game. I always go through that door just so I can get to the Waterfront District quickly and power everything on. And because I train at the Ruby Rabbit, it doesn't really matter if I have that door open or closed or not. But we're gonna change that today because I've never done it before and I figured I might as well try. Let's try and capitalize on the double points here. Yeah, didn't really get a whole lot there. You know, for the most part, I have nothing but good things to say about Shadows. It is my favorite map of all time. But man, oh man, are those early rounds always slow going. Sometimes it really does feel like it's 30 minutes to get Pack-a-Punch open, and then you can actually start playing the game. I know there are ways to speed that up, but I don't care. I haven't learned them. Wormy number 2, and Margwa number 1. Oh, hello, Death Machine. You're just in time. Easy peasy. We can pick up a Margwa Heart and a Max Ammo. You know, the Death Machine reminds me of something with Shadows that I don't think a lot of people talk about or even remember. And it goes back to my previous thought about the map playing slowly. Believe it or not, it used to be even slower. If you don't remember, when the map launched, you couldn't pick up multiple gateworms at a time. The rituals used to be, I think, a full minute longer, and you also didn't have things like the Death Machine on the map. They came in with Der Eisendrache, and that was in January. The game launched in November, so it was a night and day different map. Watch, I'm gonna get the sword code right on the first try, just watch. It didn't work. Yeah, another thing with Shadows of Evil at launch, and this was a problem with BO3 as a whole, the developers ramped up the aggressiveness of zombies with this game. Compared to Black Ops 2, these zombies are lightning fast, and they used to be even faster. So if you had a whole horde of 24 and got anywhere near them, you were just insta-dead. You had zero chance. It was kind of insane. Very happy that's something they changed, because this game might be unplayable if that wasn't the case. Oh, we can get the part for the Civil Protector, Wormy number 3. And so the way we're going to get over to Waterfront now is by leaving the door in the junction closed and by using the tram up here. So we gotta set this to Waterfront. We gotta hit this button, and we're gonna go over to Waterfront. While we're here, we can get a peek at these. There's the other one, and at some point we'll take this over to the Canals District and get the third one. We're gonna open this door here, pick up a second Civil Protector part, and we're gonna get a part for the shield, and we're gonna open this here, drop down, and then open you. We don't have enough money. I should have noticed that. This is a little awkward, but it's fine. We can use the one over here. We're gonna leave the thing over there closed, and we're gonna activate literally everything else. What I really want to do is open this, because that portal is gonna be how we get out. If we knife you, we should be able to get the money. Ooh, we're not quite there, unfortunately. But it's fine. We kill you, and then you. And we still don't have enough money. We can go ahead and open that and just wait for literally one more. Perfect. Open. And while we're down here, we can build the shield. And let's go ahead and get Wormy number 4, along with Margwa number 2. There we go. Anyway, let's go get Pack-a-Punch open. Wormy number 1, Wormy number 2, Wormy number 3, and Wormy number 4. And let's go ahead and do this. And we're done. What do you have to say? I sure hope you're not an ugly squid monster. Oh no, he's an ugly squid monster. We've been betrayed. Oh, that's a huge death machine. Where is this Margwa that's about to spawn in? He's not spawning in. There he is. Die. He's dead. Okay, I'm gonna try and leave the rest of them alive so I can work on the sword upgrade, which means now is the perfect time to get back to the tram. Double tail there, all right. And let's go ahead and pick up our final part for the Civil Protector, which is right here, all right. I didn't see it. I thought I lost it. And let's go into beast mode here and go boop, boop, and boop. I've done it wrong. All right. Fantastic. I guess we're gonna have to flip around and buy Widow's Wine. And while we're down here, we might as well put you in there. And now as soon as you're ready... Definitely was a single head. Definitely was a double tail. I don't think I got it wrong. Maybe it was you? It wasn't. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and find out what the other one was because I don't remember. This is gonna be so awful in the YouTube comments because they're gonna know and I'm gonna know when I get to editing. And it's... Oh, I know. I hit the top one. I realized my error. Yeah, there you go. I'm a fucking idiot. But we got our egg. We got our egg. It's fine. It's only round 10. Oh, and we got an insta-kill. The game has taken pity on me. We are gaming. Oh my god, first hit little Arnie's. No way. Crazy luck. Let's actually get started on this upgrade right away. I'm gonna hit this again. What are the odds I get something cool? It's cooler than a Cuda. We're gonna hit this. I'm still looking for that. Perfect. All right, we're gonna leave the rest of them alive and get my sword. Hello. Egg. Okay, and I am playing as Lady, and for Lady, we need to go to the footlight. This is not the footlight. I'm going the wrong way. It's been 3,000 days. I still don't know the map layout. Hello, I would like new egg. Thank you. I will return new egg in one piece. Oh my god, one spawned in naturally, a fucking course. Why don't we go ahead and try and Pack-a-Punch the Haymaker? This seems to be as good a weapon as any for killing Margwa. We aren't gonna keep the Haymaker for this entire run. There are weapons that I have in mind for this exact thing. But for the mid-game here, I'd say a Pack-a-Punch Haymaker is pretty good. Uh-oh. Not a good time for that zombie to show up there, is it? Thank God for Gobblegum. Oh wow, we just one-shot that one. Perfect. Makes my life way easier, only having to deal with one. Oh, and that's the Xenomatter. I need to get you out of the way. Hello, my beloved. And that's that done. And you know, that was actually our final part for the Xenomatter, so we can go ahead and craft you right now. Let's actually not build you until this round is over, because I need a weapon with range. If this round is over, we can pick you up. And I'm just gonna throw these, and maybe it will kill some of them. If you don't know why we're doing this, the first step to upgrading little Arnie's is getting 100 kills with them, and I'm trying to do that as soon as possible because they do eventually drop off in damage. Also, the last time I played this game, I forgot there was an upgrade, and I didn't remember until very, very late in the game. So I'm just trying to be a little bit on top of things this time. Anyway, we got one more Margwa fight, and then we are good. I don't remember where I'm going. I'm going here. And we'll go ahead and place the egg. And why don't we just leave? Because I don't have a shield anymore. And oh, I'm here. Okay. Death Machine sounds like a good Margwa killing tool to me. Open the maw. Thank you. All right, we can just go ahead and go back to Footlight and get our upgraded egg. Or I guess it's the upgraded sword, but we get it by upgrading the egg. Is this an upgraded egg or a different egg? I actually don't know the answer to that question. Possibly both. We're getting an upgraded sword, and that's the part I care about. You know, now that I think about it, I haven't even used the regular sword in this game. This is it. You can slash, and you can do that. It's pretty good, but the upgrade is what's really good. So let's pick up the insta-kill, put this away. We're actually gonna throw a little Arnie just to get them off my back. Apothecan's sword. We're just gonna hang out here. And we're good. And as you can see, our sword is now red. It still has the slash, which I believe does more damage, but the real key is we can do that and basically have a Hell's Retriever on the map kind of hanging around at all times. It's pretty damn good if I do say so myself. Maybe my favorite specialist in the entire game. I go back and forth between it and the Skull of Nansapwe on Zetsubo, but like either one is really, really good. Let's go ahead and get another Gobblegum. Cool. Speaking of really, really good, it's probably about time we get our last perk. I know Mule Kick may seem like a strange choice, but for this strategy, it is actually what you want. And let's see if I can get a third weapon out of here. No, but that helps. In that case, we have to get rid of our Haymaker and get ourselves a Kuda, and our third weapon will be the HVK. And we're gonna go ahead and pack a bunch of both of those right now. There's the HVK, and there we have the Kuda. Now, we do want AATs on these, so I'm just gonna take whatever I get the first try. Fireworks, that's one of the ones we really want. And if we can get either Turned or Blast Furnace here, we will be golden. We are in fact golden. And with that, apart from the little Arnie upgrade, we are actually completely set up for this high round run. So the way we're gonna deal with Margwas is by throwing a little Arnie right here. And as the Margwa gets close, we're gonna call in the Civil Protector, and he's gonna do that. Civil Protector is my beloved, and I will hear no slander of him in the comments. So the way the high round strategy is gonna go is basically leaving this door and this door here closed. And we're just kind of training slash camping slash spamming wonder weapons in this little area right here. It's gonna be a little hard to demonstrate with Civil here, so let's see if he'll head out in a second. Yep, there we go, he is dead. So we're just kind of hanging out in this little area here, rounding them up where we can. We'll shoot a Margwa shot about right here, I guess. We got a Death Machine here, so we don't have to do this right now, but when we get a fully charged sword, we can use it, send it out. And we could either keep the sword out and slashing them, or we can switch to our two AAT weapons and use them. Really not that difficult a strategy. The only reason I never really ended up using it is because of how it makes you play the early game. Leaving this door closed is not great for the map's flow. It's only round 21, but I've been playing and recording for nearly an hour now. And I think pace of play is really important when it comes to a map, and leaving that door closed is not great for that. Shadows of Evil is already a very slow map, at least at the start, and leaving that door closed seems to make everything worse. But if you're going for a high round, it is by far the fastest way to get to round 100. But yeah, you can see the rounds here are pretty damn quick. I'm not entirely sure if they're any faster than training at the perk location by the Ruby Rabbit, but once you get to rounds 80, 90, and 100, it probably does make all the difference. And I'm sure if you're going beyond round 100, it's a lot more noticeable, but going for round 100 is even something I don't really like to do. I also need to remember to work on a little Arnie upgrade, but other than that, we are just kind of here and vibing. In fact, why don't we go do the little Arnie upgrade right now? There is another step other than getting kills that we can do. And that other step is that there are 3 items around the map we need the little Arnie to suck up. One of them is this bow tie right here. So if we shake a little Arnie and throw this right here, it didn't get that? What? You're right here. Okay, he's meant to be able to pick that up, but apparently I am a literal pixel too far away. Let's try again. What? How? How are you not getting this? I'm gonna throw you out of bounds. Okay, you have to throw it out of bounds, apparently, for it to work. That's a little annoying, but we'll get another max ammo eventually. In fact, we're gonna get it right here. Watch this. It's just that easy. What did I say? It's just that easy. I'm gonna buy trip mines. What the hell? So the other little Arnie item is this cane right here. There we go. And the final item is this top hat right here. We're just gonna throw a little Arnie right there. Perfect. Now we have one more little Arnie, and this is a max ammo round. I don't think we're at 100 kills yet, but I'm just gonna try and do the upgrade right now just to see. And if we get the upgrade right now, that's great. If not, we're gonna get all those little Arnies back right now. Not a big deal at all. So to get this, all we should need to do is throw a little Arnie right here. Hey, we got it. Nice. Look at these little goobers. I love them. How can you deny that this is the best map of all time? I mean, come on, what other map has that? So the upgrade from the little Arnie isn't actually all that impressive. It doesn't really look any different apart from the purple around the ring. All it does is have a longer duration and do more damage, but honestly, that's all you really need. Like, the only other thing you could possibly want are more Arnies that you can hold and maybe some kind of other effect. Maybe a larger radius would be nice, but functionally speaking, it's pretty much everything you'd want it to be. But yeah, at this point, we are purely here for the vibe. Something we could also be doing is turning the trap on. Something I learned when researching this strategy is that those traps don't work forever. They actually drop off around 40, which is actually kind of soon, but that's also going to be most of the game. But I didn't know they weren't infinite damage. Did you know that? Do you have an opinion on that? He ran away. So something that I love about video games that doesn't really come up at any point anywhere is the little life memories that you have when you think of certain video games. I know this sounds completely random, but I promise I'm going somewhere with this, so bear with me for a bit. So when Black Ops 3 originally came out, the release date completely snuck up on me. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but something was going on to the point where it was the night before release, and I just completely forgot when the game was coming out. Like, I'm talking, I remembered the game was coming out on November 6th at like November 5th, 4 p.m. In fact, it was probably later because the sun was down when I remembered it. It was like maybe 6 or 7. And I, being young at the time, did not have a whole lot of money to my name. I had maybe $30 or $40 in my wallet. But what I also had is something that I think most people have somewhere around their house, or at least did in the time where we used paper money. That makes me sound so old, like we don't use paper anymore, but really, when was the last time you paid for something with cash instead of using a card? I guarantee you it's longer ago than you probably think. But anyway, I had maybe $30 or $40 in my wallet, but I also had this little bowl of change. I think most people have this, but whenever you paid for something with cash, you'd get coins back that you couldn't really put in a wallet. So what I and everyone I knew did, they just had like a little plastic bowl in their house that you would just dump all of those coins in when you were done. So I'd been collecting this little jar of coins for maybe like 2-3 years at that point. I honestly don't even know how long, but it was pretty heavy and pretty full. So by the time I realized that Black Ops 3 was a few hours away from launch and that I hadn't pre-ordered the game yet, I grabbed that jar and my wallet, and because I didn't have a car at the time, I talked to my dad to borrow his and said, listen, a video game is going to be coming out in a couple of hours. I need to pre-order it, so I need to borrow your car and go to the Coinstar machine at my local grocery store. And if you guys don't know what a Coinstar is, it's basically just a little machine that exchanges all of your quarters and dimes and shit for actual paper dollars. And it charges like, I don't know, $2 or $3 to do that. And remind you that the launch version of Black Ops 3 only came with Shadows of Evil. The Giant was a DLC bonus that you only got with the $100 season pass pre-order thing they had at the time. And only having a little bit of money, that was looking very, very unlikely with just my $30 and jar of change. So I'm talking to my dad and telling him all of this, and he's like, listen, son, I love you, but I will be shocked if there's more than $10 in that bowl, which I thought was a little weird because it was a pretty big bowl, but I mean, change is heavy and big. It's not exactly easy to see how much is in there, and I wasn't exactly in a situation where we were gonna be able to sit down and count all of them out. You know, time was of the essence here. But he let me borrow the car to get to the freaking Coinstar, and lo and behold, in this little bucket of change, I was hoping for maybe like $30. There was $70 in there. And with the money I had in my wallet in that giant bucket of change, I was able to pre-order the, I think it was deluxe edition or whatever edition that came with the Giant, literally hours before the game came out. And mind you, being a hardcore Zombies fan, having 2 maps instead of 1 is an enormous deal, especially when the Giant and Shadows of Evil are so night and day different. I mean, this is my favorite map of all time, but only having this one behemoth map that had a really slow setup probably would not be great for me. Not exactly great variety in that scenario, but because I had this small little bucket of change with somehow $70 in it, I was able to get the version of the game I wanted. And whenever I think of Shadows of Evil and the Giant to a lesser extent, that's just kind of all I really think of. And it just makes me smile. And that's kind of what I love about video games. I mean, obviously they're fun in and of themselves. Of course, you know, depending on the game and all that. Some games are more fun than others. But every game, whether you love it or hate it, probably has that little core memory somewhere inside your brain rattling around. And I just don't think we talk about those little memories enough, because they're fun. So if you have a memory like that, by all means, share it in the comments. I want to get this going. Like if you just have like a funny moment with a friend that you think about and it happened to be during a Zombies match or some other video game, leave it in the comments. I want to hear it. No, I missed the max. It's alright, we got so much overpowered shit, it does not even matter in the slightest. I mean, yeah, we're already at it's round 39. We're going through the rounds pretty darn quickly. And we're gonna get to round 40 on a friggin' Parasite round. That's pretty good. I honestly feel like the Parasite rounds are longer than the rest of the normal rounds. Oh, they're spawning in this trap. That's pretty insane. I didn't shoot that one. I have no idea how he died. But there we go, round 40. Yeah, and I mean, if we're talking about core memories associated with Zombies maps, there are definitely a few more, but none that quite stick out like Shadows of Evil for me. I feel like the free space for most of us here watching Zombies on YouTube is Garrod Crovey and the Z House. And I suppose Revelations to a lesser extent. Garrod Crovey was really the one that took everyone by storm. Although if you want to talk Revelations, that weeks-long hunt for that terrible Easter egg definitely comes to mind. And I don't even view that in a negative light, because even though that Easter egg is not exactly popular, that hunt is just so ingrained in our brain because of just how long it took that even someone like myself who doesn't really care all that much about Easter eggs had to take notice. I mean, I definitely remember where I was and what I was doing when Mob of the Dead and Origins first came out and really pushed me as a player to get better. I wasn't watching Zombies on YouTube when Black Ops 2 came out, but I definitely went back and remember watching the live streams Syndicate did on Town and Nuketown when those maps first came out. And that was really how I discovered Zombies was a thing on YouTube. I didn't realize that you could just talk into a microphone while playing video games and people would watch you or care in any way. I didn't really use YouTube at all. At the time, it was just the thing that had cat videos on it and occasionally a sports highlight. The only content I knew on YouTube was Smosh, which, you know, kind of dates you, but that's that's what YouTube was in 2011, 2012. It was sketch comedy, and I honestly kind of miss it. Not necessarily the sketch comedy part of it, although, I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for those Smosh videos. But just, there was an innocence around YouTube at that time that isn't really there today. This sword is so cool. And if you want to go back to Black Ops 1, I have a distinct memory of playing Kino for the first time with a friend, and neither one of us knew that hellhounds were a thing. So we, being young kids, spent probably 30 minutes, maybe an hour, trying to get past round 6. Whenever the hellhounds spawned in, we just stood at 0 chance. Oh, we're about to die here. Oh god. Why don't we pop it in plain sight here? Let's chill out a little bit, all right? Let's just hang. Hey, listen, we don't need to be that aggressive. It's only round 46. I'm still flawless here. I didn't want to say it, but now that I've put that out in the world, I'm trying to not die here. Hey, there's a black hole there. Do you mind? Thank you. I should really go pick up a shield. I haven't had one in a very long time. But yeah, if you're a young lad and you see a hellhound for the first time, and there's multiple of them because it's co-op, there's not just 2 like there is in solo. If you're not prepared for that, you just kind of get dicked. What we ended up doing to get past round 6 on Kino der Toten was ended up knifing them because it was still a 1 knife kill. But like, it was pretty suspect. You know, the MP40 is a god tier gun, but it wasn't doing us many favors at that point. And now you get a Hellhound in 2024, and it's like, oh, I don't even need to think about it. I'm just gonna shoot him once in the head and he'll die. Although, to be fair, that is, you know, Black Ops 1 Hellhounds. They're not quite the pushover that the Hellhounds in 3 are. Having memories like that is actually part of the reason I like Modern Warfare Zombies. Despite all the game's flaws, because the game is only co-op, it's really good at creating memorable moments like that. I remember one specific game, not for anything that happened in the game relating to me, but because I revived someone, threw down a Speed Cola schematic, and just walked away. And he came back and gave me a Wonder Waff because apparently he really needed the Speed Cola schematic. I remember giving some other people Elemental Pop because I already had it and that was a schematic they needed. They were really happy with me because I did that, asked if there was anything I needed. I didn't take anything just because I want to do as much of the game as I can solo. But if Modern Warfare Zombies was entirely solo, you don't get that moment, and I think that's really great. It's one of the better parts of the game. It's part of the reason I kind of cringe a little bit whenever any of the YouTubers who put like 1,000 hours in this game, making 50 videos in 50 days when the game comes out, always suggest that there needs to be a way to either reduce the cooldown or permanently reduce the amount of time it takes for a schematic to cool down by exfilling with a schematic again. Like, I get the game is somewhat lacking in late game content, but doing anything that would make sharing schematics less of an option is simply not viable in my opinion. It completely goes against what the game mode is for, and I just suspect that they don't even recognize that or care. Anyway, we only have one more round to go, and we're actually still flawless. So, cue the montage? And he just picked up the nuke and died. We love Civil Protector. And there we go, round 50 flawless on Shadows of Evil 3,000 days later. Let's go ahead and end the game. Guys, thanks for watching. And I'll hopefully be back soon with another long form video. As soon as this goes out, I'm gonna have to get back to editing that because it is a doozy. Guys, thanks for watching. Take care.